Hey everyone, my name is Moritz, and since I knew I would be the proud owner of this MetaQuest for Christmas, I thought about ways of doing something cool with it, and at the time I was pretty amazed by computer vision, so I built this. So at first glance, it just looks like I took some model like unit, which in fact is how this project even started. I estimated this project to be able to take me a few days, but how this took me over a month and 400 hours in total, how I designed all of these camera mounts, and how I really got it working on the Quest because I had to reverse engineer Moonlight. It's all in this video, so wish you a happy watching. Okay, so it started off as a normal computer program here on my main computer. I just used Unit and S-Face, and past me is going to show you what I started before I even bought the Jetson and everything. Okay guys, so you can see the program is working. There is my face in the green square, but now I gotta reference my face, and you see it's quite sure that it's me, 90%. Like from the side it's only 75%. So let me just take some pictures from the side. So now it's quite sure it is me, and now let me just test this. Shout out to my grandma. Now you can see it is quite sure that it's somebody else, right? It's only 5% me. Okay, so the plan was just take this script as it was. It's just about 120 lines of code. Put it onto, first I thought about buying a Raspberry Pi, but turns out the computing power is just not high enough. So I just bought this Jetson. Just put the program on here via USB cable into the Quest. Voila, that was the plan. Okay guys, so we got something in the mail today. It's this box here. Don't mind my mess here. I'm currently wrapping up my Christmas gifts because it's Christmas Eve today. But this is not a Christmas gift. It's for myself. And I would say we are going to open it up now. Okay guys, so today in my mail my 500 gig SSD arrived. It was supposed to arrive only next week on January 2nd, but lucky me, it arrived today. Also I got my I got a little Bluetooth dongle. It was $5. I might use it maybe to connect my AirPods, and some adapters for the power bank. And I'm going to start assembling now, and I will see you guys when my Jetson is running. Okay, so to boot it up or to flash my Jetson, via SSD, I got a 100 gig SSD as you saw, and I would have to put it in recovery mode, so I would have to shorten pin 2 and 3. Yeah, I had to shorten this, and for this I would need a jumper. So I had to, I don't know where to find a jumper on a Saturday evening, so I had to drive to my granny's. Here is a short clip. Okay guys, so I'm currently at my grandma's house. Apparently I have to use a jumper to enter recovery mode in the Jetson. So I have to connect pin 2 and 3. Light's pretty bad. Somewhere here. and my dad told me I would find a jumper somewhere here. I searched everything, and he said if I don't got one, I should take one out of his old computer. Like, oh my god, like guys, look at it. Okay guys, so it is open. I'm not quite sure what I'm even looking for. Like, I've googled some pictures. Should be like this small, and yeah, I might just, okay guys, look at this. This looks like one of the photos. I'm not, oh my god, I would be so lucky. Oh, okay guys, this looks right. Let me just test it out. Okay, so it really fits. Yeah, it turns out I can't even flash via SSD because I would need to, for the flashing, I would need a Linux system because the SDK manager needs a Linux kernel, and I only got single boot up, I don't got double boot up, so in the end I had to boot it via micro SD, so the jumper was unnecessary. Okay, so once it finally ran, I took my C++ files from my computer and my unit model and my S-Face model and put it on and compiled it, and it had like 3 FPS. Okay guys, so I set it up on the Nano, but this shit is slow. Okay, so the first massive issue was my main PC ran on the CPU, like the code was running on CPU, Central Process Unit, and the Jetson has a shitty CPU. It only got a massive GPU, Graphic Processing Unit. It got like, the new development kit got 67 TOPS, tera operation, or a million operations per second, which is a lot. And so the code was falsely running on the CPU. So I had to use CUDA. CUDA is the API to do some GPU processing. The issue was Jetpack. I had Jetpack 6 installed, and it had like 0 tutorials. Like the last tutorial were all 1 year ago, and it took me like days to figure it out. Also, there is a tutorial via with Docker from NVIDIA, but then the TensorRT, I had to build it, my model into a TensorRT engine, but the TensorRT versions were different in the Docker and outside, and it was a massive mess. It took me like days to figure out, and in the end, I found out maybe everything I like changed could have worked, but my camera was locked at like 5 FPS max because it was in the wrong input. Like, it was, in the end I was just glad that it worked, but it could have saved so much time because once I run the camera without any processing, it was also 5 FPS, so it was never my code's issue. Well, next time I know. Okay, so the final code base y'all are seeing in the showcase is, I just used the finished DetectNet from NVIDIA via Docker, right? And because I want to like do some impact, just not just copy paste it. Every time it detects a person, it cuts out the person and then sends it to the to my own code. And on this code, it cuts out or finds the faces, face detection, and then it uses face recognition. Also important to say here, these issues were primarily because I didn't want to use Docker at first, which might be stupid now, but I knew on my PC it's running without a Docker in a container, and it's easier to manage outside of a container. And second, I didn't want to use Python, and every tutorial is basically Python, and I don't like Python because I'm not quite fluent. I'm like mainly Java, and I know some C++. So I wanted to code everything in C++, which in the end it works, but it took me some routes to get there. Okay, so first I thought about how to bring, okay, I can show you my webcam, guys. I'm using the Logitech, I think it's a Prio 500. This is a small little camera. Usually I mount it with this on my screen, and now I'm going to mount it on top of here. Luckily, it got a little magnet down here, so this is magnetic, so I won't have to print like a whole constructor. I will just need to design a small clip that I will put in here with the magnet inside, and I'm going to mount it on top of this. Problem is, this is not really stable here, right? and I need to have a stable camera mount, so I might have to extend my my structure, but I think I'm going to prototype it now. Usually I once made some 3D models in Fusion, but I don't have my access anymore, and you, as a student, you can use it for free, but I think I'm going to use free CAD, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so unfortunately I don't got any recordings, but this was the first prototype. It had this little dent here where I could put a magnet inside and then just clip via this hole here onto the thing, but this was way too small here and the camera was way too wiggly here. So this next video does not have some, how is it called, it's silent, okay. So this is, I'm using on-shade, and this is how I prototype the next thing. You can see these fins here, they are these little, wait, let me just go into full mode again. These little things here, they keep the plate steady, right? Because this one was just going to float all around. I can't show you because I need the camera. And this one is giving it more stability. Okay, so the next version fits quite nicely in here. Like, I remeasured everything, and this time the camera won't fall off, or like also this little curve in here, as you can see for the camera mount here, makes it impossible for the camera to slip on the rail. So the only problem I got left is if I like turn the cable, the camera turns, and I don't want this to happen. So, and in the end, this is the final version. So it is a little bit bigger, which makes it more stable, but also less portable. But I mean, it's still fine. We got a wider slit here for the cable. These fins, they stayed the same, and we got these additional holdings here so the camera can't turn around. Okay guys, so as I already told you, my first idea was via USB-C cable, but the meta is just not, like, the policies are too strict. I can't enter it, and I can't jailbreak my Quest. I don't got the skills for this. So my next idea was, there are some paid application. Also there's a free application. They are all available on the Meta market, but the free version, the ratings are bad, and they all say it's outdated and slow and laggy. And the paid version, I can't stream from a Linux system, so this was no option either. So I had to come up with a new plan. First I tried no VNC, but and then to open it in the browser, but this didn't really work either, and I wasn't happy with it. So in the end I found out about Moonlight and Sunshine, which is a great open source project. Sunshine is supporting hardware encoding on my NVIDIA GPU, which is great, and this is usually used in gaming. So you install Sunshine on your one device and Moonlight on the other, and then you can remote access it, and it's super fluent, and it's like got some milliseconds delay, like really a small latency in English, latency I guess. And this was a perfect solution. And also when you use development mode on your Quest, then you can also sideload APKs, yeah, via the USB-C cable. So I can sideload any Android app, and Moonlight has an Android version, so I sideload it, and in the beginning it works fine, but here's why I couldn't use it. Okay guys, so I'm currently with my headset on, and you can see I side-loaded Moonlight, and now I can connect to my Jetson, to the desktop, and now I see everything from my desktop. This is the current setup. Like, I strip the camera to the top of my head, and then I would walk around like this, and this is super cool. But as you can see, if I turn around, nothing happens, right? the window stays here on the left, and this is because the window is stationary. And there was a version of Meta where you could say follow me, and then it would always stay on like in my face even if I would walk around. But this is no longer available. Meta cancelled this feature for some reason. Also, don't mind the mess here, guys. And now I gotta figure a way out to keep this view always in front of me so I can walk around. I'm afraid I might have to develop another app just to grab the moonlight stream and put it always in front of me. I hope this works. So yeah, I gotta figure a way out. Also, it is like, which time is it? Can I see it somewhere here? It's 3 o'clock, and yeah. Yeah, past me was right, and I had to develop my own app to get the moonlight, and so I stayed up all night. At a time, it was like usual for me to stay up until 3 a.m. because this took me so much time, this project. So this is what I came up with. Okay guys, so it is currently 6:30 a.m. and I am starting to hallucinating, like I'm just too tired, but my university lecture is starting at 8 o'clock, so there's no point to trying to sleep. As you can see, I tried some methods to get an app running, like not a window, an actual app on the Quest. I found out about Android Studios here, but this shit is like way too overcomplicated, and I earlier made some games with Godot. Also, my cat is trying to eat something. And I figured, why don't I just make the VR game in Godot, because I like know it. And look, this is my way to approach it. Like, I got just a simple cam. I'm using a plugin, quite sure how it was called, and I really hope this works out. Yeah guys, and this was the moment the big mess began. This was the 7th of January, the clip you just saw. So about 1 week after I started my project. And now I had to get the moonlight image that I previously preloaded or sideloaded. I had to get it myself. So I had to build from source. Problem is, Moonlight is not supporting VR, right? And at first I just had to build my own extension. So just a Godot extension that I can import, and I could even share this extension. I thought about sharing it for everyone later. And so I started with this extension. This is what I came up with. Okay guys, so as you can see, it finally works on Godot. Like here in the last line, you can see pairing successfully completed, and we got the paired status as 1, so it is paired. Now I side loaded it onto the Quest. Where is it? Problem is, it's not working. Why? Everything I built is working for Windows, all the DLLs, and now I gotta build everything for Android as well. I'm not quite sure how long it is going to take. I need curl for Android and all the other libraries, so hopefully this is going to not take a while. Okay guys, it's 2 days later. It took me 2 days, but it's finally running on my Quest. So let me just show you. Pull up my app, right? But y'all can see it says start pairing, and now the thing is, let me just go out here. Okay, this is not see-through, so I will need to put in on my Jetson, and let's see if it is connected. And it is. Okay, so as you can see, this is the best way to make some logging. It's quite weird, but I got no console. But y'all can see, I hope I don't leak any IP addresses. but you can see in the end it is pairing successful. You can see the pair status of Sunshine is 1. Okay guys, so I want you to see the actual product here, so the actual project. So this is Godot C++ template. I just cloned it from GitHub. This is if you want to create your own C++ extension, right, for Godot. It's pretty easy. You just have this example class. I mean, you can call it whatever you want. I just left it at example class. And here you can see all the exposed methods. So you bind these methods and then they are available in Godot. So we see pair with Sunshine and IP as the parameter, get logs, and yeah, every other methods. So we got here the pairing folder. So this is the first step. You have to pair it. Let me just show you the pairing manager. It was 5 stages, I guess. Yes, it was 5 stages, right? Until it's connected. And yeah, this took forever. Also, here's a clip. I had to manually record and analyze my data stream. Yeah, so here I used Wireshark and the official Moonlight just to track down the exact calls. Okay, so after the pairing was successful, I first had to decode and then render the stream. So for Windows, this was, yeah, it was pretty easy. I mean, as you can see, I have to differentiate between Androids and Windows. So if it's Android, we use Video Decoder Android, and if not, I used FFmpeg pack. I don't know. And well, this worked after like a few days. Unfortunately, I don't got any recordings. But then I had to build the whole thing for Android, and this took me like forever because they were like, I'm gonna be honest, like at this point, like I'm new to this, and I asked Copilot, hey, how can I do it? And he just said, yeah, just do it like Android. And then I was like, I spent a few days, do it like Windows, and then I spent a few days, and I ended up with this. Okay guys, so it's 25th of January, and I was like so close on like getting it to work. It works on my Windows, and I really thought it was going to work on my Android. I got some bugs today, and now everything works, but in the end I got this error here, invalid EGL display. And as you can see, we got here Godot.Vulkan. So those of you who are familiar, Vulkan is a graphics API, and we got the EGL display, and Vulkan has like no way of communicating. So these are just like completely different graphics APIs. Maybe I'm messing up the terms, but these are completely different systems. So I gotta rebuild everything from Android, and this is going to take a while. So yeah, see you guys. Okay, final step of the journey was I figured out there is no way for me to access the render engine, right, from a GD extension. So I had to build the whole Godot project from source, and then I had to write my own engine module. So let me just show you guys. We got here, this is the source code from Godot. It's like, of course it's pretty big. It took me half an hour to build, but my processor is not the fastest. So you can see these are all the modules from Godot. So we got the physics module, and also here, if anyone ever used Godot a few, we got GD script module as well. So this is the own language that you can use in Godot, similar to Python. Also here I built my own module. So I had to build my own external bridge module, and you can see here I can access the renderer. And then I had like no regulations. I could do everything I wanted, and in the end it finally worked. Okay y'all, it is finally working. It's currently 4 o'clock, and it's the 29th of January. About 1 month past my estimated time, and my own Godot app my APK is now deployed and it is rendering the stream. Finally, I had massive issues. Before I get into the details, I need to take a shower, I need to shave. I mean, look at me. I'm just so happy, guys. Like, y'all cannot imagine. Y'all cannot imagine. See you guys after my shower. Okay, y'all, so as you can see, I messed up. Switched the 6mm guard with the 1.5mm guard. So I might go bald, actually. Let's go into the testing. So I am streaming my VR headset. Okay. Now I am going to start my own app. It says pair. Well, it's German for start pairing. Now I go to my sunshine on my own Jetson, connect it, and okay. Well, it is okay. It is quite zoomed in, but this is my Jetson, right? So I can move the mouse. Oh shit! F me, guys. It is so laggy. Okay, so I gotta do. Oh, this is going to take so much more time. Oh! Wish me luck, guys. Turns out I just made a small mistake. I called bytebuffer.get for every single pixel, so this is normal resolution. This is about 2 million calls per frame. So I just had to use a bulk call and everything worked. Okay, no, for real though, guys, thank you for everyone who watched this video. Please consider to like and subscribe. I spent so much time and also money on this project, and yeah, I would love for you two guys to like this video. Also, let me know in the comments. I think this is only the beginning of this cool project. So now I got everything done, like the annoying part, and now I am certain that everything works out the way I want it to be. So now we can build the cool project, because you guys know I only used the TechNet and put on a small face detection and recognition. So now we can build the cool stuff. I thought about maybe buying a night vision camera. I thought about there's a model to implement where you can measure distances by the neural network. So I got so many cool ideas. Also, we can build some robotic arms and connect it. I got an Arduino I can use. So we got so many great opportunities. So let me guys know in the comments which ideas you got. And yeah, there are going to be some more videos about this project. This is only part 1, I think. So yeah, subscribe and like this video, and thank you for watching, guys.